ghostly hearts and neon lights. They're playing with my mind. Gotta get out of here tonight. Oh, I wanna run off and fly. And I'll tell myself it's fine to be alone, just to find somewhere that finally feels like home. Oh, oh, oh. I hate all this overthinking. Oh, 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 oh. The more I swim, the more I'm sinking. Take me to a world of silver. No more heartbreaks, tears, painkillers. Take me somewhere unfamiliar. Bring me back to where we started out. Get me out of now.
What is up, guys? Today we're going to be making a Colt guide. Before we rush into the video, just a couple of stats. Colt has 3,920 health, making him one of the lowest health brawlers in the game. He deals 3,024 damage total with his 6 bullets, of course, each dealing 504 damage, and his super pierces through enemies and does up to 5,376 damage. Now, the main game modes you're going to want to play with Colt are Heist and Brawl, particularly Heist. In Heist, you're going to want to play on maps such as Kaboom Canyon or Turnaround, which are long range and which Colt can easily hit from a long range. Speaking of, in these maps, you're going to want to be using your range star power, Magnum Special, as well as your speed loader gadget to be able to unleash more ammo on the safe. A couple of main tips about Colt are: destroy the enemy walls, keep a distance against certain brawlers such as Amber or Ricochet or even tanks. Obviously, if a tank gets into close range, it's going to be a tougher matchup than if you're far away from them. Try not to rush using your ammo all on one target. Try to watch their movements and then shoot. Sometimes there's this trick that Ray talks about where basically he'll shoot one shot towards the target and then they'll see how the opponent reacts and then they'll super to try to deal maximum damage possible. Basically, try not to use your gadget unless you're finishing someone off or unloading on a heist safe. Try not to use it right before you die, and no, you won't be able to unleash all 3 shots. Now, also, auto aim only if you're in melee range or if somebody is walking directly backwards or directly at you. Otherwise, you'll have to predict their movements and try to either predict where they're going or try to get closer to them to be able to auto aim. Again, in Heist, the main thing you're going to be doing is rushing towards the safe and trying to get damage onto it as quickly as possible. In most of these games, you'll see that they were all base rushes, where basically you're just going straight for their heist safe, ignoring the defenders, and if the defenders come towards you, shoot them while also trying to shoot the heist safe at the same time. Now, that's about it for Heist. In Brawl, we're going to be mainly talking about one aspect of Colt, which is really fun, which is the break, wall, and shoot. Basically, what you're going to do is you're going to shoot the ball, and then directly after, within 1 frame, you're going to either use your gadget or your super in the same direction and break the layers of walls blocking the net. Most of the time, you'll be able to score. Now, in these examples, obviously there isn't a defender, but in most examples, they'll be either directly in front of the net or to the extreme left or right side, and you can easily shoot it to the other side. Now, in Brawl, you're going to want to use them in long-range maps such as Backyard Bowl or Field Goal and Encirclement, with obviously your range star power And then in close range maps, most of the time you can just use your other star power, which will give you speed, which will be able to make you go towards the net faster. It'll make you better at dodging, because most of the time your opponents will try to hit you, but because of your immense speed difference compared to normal Colt, sometimes they won't be able to hit you just because they're not used to it, right? The last tip I'm going to give for this video for Colt is to try to follow movement patterns. If you see an opponent is constantly moving towards the left instead of making zigzag type movements, just pre-aim towards the left and you'll be able to hit them most of the time. If an opponent has tendency to move towards a wall instead of dodging open field, target towards the wall and they'll probably get hit. And also try to pinch your shots with Colt. Basically what you're going to want to do is place one shot and then place your other shot either to the left or the right of it, depending on where you think your opponent's going to go. This also works for your super, where you can target somebody with your super after having pre-fired one shot at them, figuring out which direction they're going to go. Most of the time they'll be surprised by it. And that's about it for this video. Next time we're going to be talking about Brawl, who has similar wall-breaking scoring strategies as Colt. But until then, see you next time.